Hello and welcome into LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Thank you for joining us. The Tennessee Department of Transportation has awarded a $2.9 million emergency contract to repair a rock slide on Interstate 75 in Campbell County to Charles Blaylock & Sons Incorporated. TDOT says the southbound lanes reopened just after 7 p.m. last Wednesday night. Recently, Interstate 75 North at exit 141 reopened to local traffic only. The northbound detour via exit 134 will stay open. TDOT believes one northbound lane will reopen on or before March 24th. February slide at mile marker 142 sent vehicle-sized rocks falling into both the northbound and southbound sides of the interstate. The contract includes removing slide debris, stabilizing the existing slope, and repairing the interstate. The contract also specifies these southbound lanes must be reopened within 14 days and one northbound lane reopened within 21 days. The entire project is set to be complete on or before April 15th. Officials were forced to shut down the interstate after falling rocks hit several vehicles. There were no reports, though, of any injuries. Detours, though, happened to bring more of that traffic through our community, and emergency officials are continuing to ask locals to use extra precautions as much of the traffic is detouring to get to their connecting routes. Detours would normally take about 1 hour, but with the heavier traffic, it is taking several hours. Now, there is no estimate as to when the traffic here will slow down, but you can contact 1-877-244-0065 for more information. Lincoln Memorial University men's basketball team is hosting the 2016 NCAA Division II Southeast Regional at Tex Turner Arena. Now, this marks the second straight season the Rail Splitters are hosting the Southeast Regional and their 6th tournament appearance. Hosting a tournament of this capacity, though, requires the assistance of several departments, and last week we spoke with the head chef of the Lincoln Memorial University cafeteria, Adam Gold, who talked about their role in this tournament.
Well, we run a hospitality room daily for approximately 100 people, for the coaches, the NCAA people, and their visiting teams and so forth and so on. And then we run buffets also for about 100 people each meal, various times. It's just good because it gets LMU's name out and so forth, and other schools get to see what we do. And they're always everyone else, every place else they seem to get, they get like boxed lunches. So it's good that we put, LMU on the forefront, as it were.
With hundreds of people in and out of Tex Turner Arena from the beginning throughout the end of the day, they have to make sure that they are all fed and have something to eat when they are hungry.
Easy, it's grab and go. We do a taco bar, we do an Italian bar, we do barbecue, and then at the last night we'll carve beef and just put a little special thing on. But just so people are in and out constantly, just something they can grab and get something nice and then be on their way. Well, the preparation is actually increasing a little bit because more people are on campus. Ordinarily, weekends are slow, but there are little more people on campus because of the games. So we have to bring a few more people in. Hours are a little shifted, a little bit different, but it's not that difficult because the way the menu is designed.
Be sure to stay tuned on Thursday when we take another inside look at how the regional tournament is carried out here at Lincoln Memorial University. Well, we learned last week that Buffets LLC, which is the parent company of several restaurants that does include Ryan's of Middlesboro, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Sherry Fleeman says she worked at the Middlesboro Ryan's for a decade, but suddenly found out last Sunday she no longer has a job. Former employees say when they arrived Sunday, there was a sign on the front door that read, "This location is closed for asset inventory." The sign also told employees to return Tuesday for further instruction. A sign reading, "Thank you for your business and we hope to serve you at another location soon. Please visit ryans.com for your nearest location," was posted when employees arrived back, though, on Tuesday.
All I know is I come up here Sunday, there is a note on the door saying they are closed for inventory and they would return here Tuesday for us to be here between 2 and 4 for further information. The only thing that I've seen is on Facebook and it says they filed Chapter 11. I do know they've had semis up here moving stuff out of here. I am 60 years old. I lost a husband 3 years ago. I'm on my own and I'm doing the best that I can do. And now everything's just in my lap, bills to pay, how am I going to pay them? A few of them have signed up for unemployment, which I'm fixing to do myself. I just think it's unfair that when we work somewhere, we have to give a 2 weeks notice. But when a job goes out of business, they give us no notice. And they put a false advertisement up here on this door. I would like to have justice. I am so sick and tired of managers getting by with this. They have nothing to worry about. They have jobs. What do they have to worry about? Nothing. We do. We have to worry about where our next meal comes from, how to pay our bills, how to be thrown out on the street. Why is that fair? Let me tell you something, people. If I was you, I wouldn't want to go in Orion's after they done people so dirty.
Fleeman spoke with the manager, who told her that the meeting had been called off. Fleeman told the manager nobody had gave her notice the restaurant was closing. Then the manager told her he found out through a Facebook post and he could not answer her questions.
What's going on?
Why is it called off?
We let everybody know that the store was closed.
Nobody told me. I never got so much as a text, phone call, nothing. And last night, I'm just so upset over all this. I'm 60 years old. I've been here 10 years. You guys expect us to give you a 2-week notice. You gave us nothing. You don't have to worry. You have money coming in. What are we supposed to do? You have an answer for that?
Not a decision that I made.
Why did you let us know something? It says on Facebook that you guys filed Chapter 11.
Put it down whatever that came through on Facebook and on the internet.
Well,
I can't answer that.
okay, Evelyn showed me a text from you saying there was no meeting. Why the false advertisement on there?
It wouldn't have been from me, that would have been, I guess, from Apple.
Well, I don't know who it's from. I don't care who it's from. You're rich. You don't gotta worry. You don't care about us. You're just a number here. That's all I have to say.
Former employees are unsure of what they will do next. Fleeman, though, filed for unemployment late last week. Lincoln Memorial University's Women of Service is an organization that is dedicated to providing women opportunities to serve and give back. The group is working to recruit new members when they hold their spring meeting coming up this Thursday, March 17th. The meeting this week is titled Go Green for Scholarships, and attendees are asked to wear green in support of scholarship growth and St. Patrick's Day. LMU DeBus College of Osteopathic Medicine Associate Professor of Family Medicine Jan Zirin will present a program on the essential oils of the Bible during that meeting. The program will open with a meet and greet session at 5:30 in the LMU Cumberland Gap Convention Center, followed by a catered dinner at 6 o'clock. The cost of the dinner is $13 per person. You can contact Jan back at 423-869-7072 for more information or to reserve your seat. Established in 2011, the LMU Women of Service is open to all women who want to help students at Lincoln Memorial University. By living as an example of service, Women of Service members teach LMU students about the incredibly important mission of service to humanity. Lincoln Memorial University's College of Veterinary Medicine is partnering with Knox-Whitley Humane Association in Corbin, Kentucky by providing food and care items as well as clinical services. In accordance with its mission to serve underserved populations, LMU CVM developed the Shelter Outreach in the Appalachia Region program to provide clinical services including medical care and spay or neuter services to animals in its state-of-the-art facility located in Ewing. The Knox-Whitley Humane Association is one of several local shelters to benefit from this program. The student chapter of the Veterinary Business Management Association at LMU CVM initiated a collection of needed items for the shelter. In December, over 150 pounds of dog and cat food and numerous toys and blankets were collected to provide a more comfortable stay for an animal in the shelter. For more information about the Knox-Whitley Humane Association, you can visit www.kwas.org. Now, coming up after the break, the Pet of the Week is back, and you don't want to miss this week's furry friend that is available for adoption at the Claiborne Animal Shelter. So keep it right here on LMU Community TV News.
I come from a big family. I'm the oldest of 6. To me, being the first person to go to college, it's like setting a standard, you know? My little brother is 8 years old now. I challenge his curiosity. I challenge him to dream. I have to paint a picture for him that he can look up to and live up to and possibly be better than. My name is Jaquez, and I am your dividend.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Yeah, you. In that college education.
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher or a reality TV star.
I dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration. An innovator.
To be a teacher.
You can change my life. Make me excited about science like you.
Have a career that really means something.
Then do it.
I dare you.
Hey, look, it's those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
A Soldier's Journey Home is a nonprofit 501c3 volunteer organization, and they would like to cordially invite the public to the official groundbreaking ceremony on Thursday, March 24th at 6:00 p.m. at 2744 Back Valley Road in Speedwell. Lance Corporal Cody Evans, United States Marine Corps, was injured in Afghanistan on December 15, 2011 by an IED explosion that left him a double amputee. He was a reservist with the 4th Combat Engineer Battalion, Delta Company, out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and is now medically retired. After the build, he will have a fully handicapped home built with the help of the community and a Soldier's Journey home. The home build dates are set for May 14th through the 21st. To donate build-related materials, you can contact President Mike Fitzpatrick at 502-803-5499, or you can email a soldiersjourneyhome@gmail.com. Tax-deductible financial donations for the Cody Evans home build in Speedwell, Tennessee can be mailed to a Soldier's Journey Home, P.O. Box 1865, Arlington Heights, Illinois 60006. The family and friends want to thank everyone in the community for the continued support in helping to provide Cody with a specially adapted home. It's so awesome. Well, a furry face is always the perfect addition for any family, and each week we try to bring you the adoptable pups from the Claiborne Animal Shelter. These furry faces are available for adoption at the animal shelter, so let's show off this week's Pet of the Week in hopes of finding its forever family and forever home. Following your Pet of the Week, stick around for your sports update with Adam Haley and your entertainment update with Joseph Lewis.
Into this week's pet tip. I'm Brooklyn, and we're here with Liza, and she brought Sabrina with her today. So if you could tell us a little bit about her.
Okay. Sabrina is about 2 years old, and she's at the Claiborne Animal Shelter. And as you can see, she's got a little hair loss here that we think that somebody might have thrown her out of a car.
Oh.
So she's got road rash from that. And she's a very active dog.
She's very energetic.
Yes, she is. So she would be a good candidate to move into a family that has an active lifestyle.
Right.
I think once she gets over being, so excited about being out of the kennel and being places, that she will settle. I mean, she's got to have a time when she gets tired.
Right.
But she's a very sweet little girl. She would need a fenced yard.
Right.
And she would be good for a family that's got some kids.
What mix is she?
She's some kind of a collie mix. She looks like a kind of a lassie dog without the fur.
Right.
And that's about as far as we can go with her description.
All right. So if you would like to meet Sabrina, what do they need to do to get in touch with you?
They can call us. Our phone number is 423-626-2686, or they can go on our website, which is claiborneanimalshelter.com, and we have an adoption application on there. And it's very important to complete the veterinary information on there, because we will do a check to make sure that previous pets have been properly taken care of. Okay. So she's ready to go home with her little road rash, and she makes somebody a wonderful family member.
Definitely. She's such a sweetheart.
Say goodbye.
So if you want to meet Sabrina, get in touch with the Claiborne County Animal Shelter.
You think getting dumped by text is harsh? Try getting dumped by a tennis ball. My ex-owner drove me out to the woods, yelled fetch, and by the time I brought the ball back, he was gone. Yeah, I was pissed. But the folks at the shelter helped me let go of my anger. I learned coping skills, like taking it to the hole. Boom! Now I'm ready to fetch again. But how about I throw and you run and get it?
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
College. It can seem a million miles away. But what if you could get help with your tuition expenses? Get help filling out all those applications and finding a major that fits. All of a sudden, the impossible becomes possible. Visit collegefortn.org today. College. You can get there from here.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Welcome back. The #1 ranked Lincoln Memorial men's basketball team started their run to Frisco, Texas this past weekend with a first-round matchup with Lander University. The Rail Splitters, being fed by the loud crowd in attendance, started the game on a 7-2 run. The Bearcats got back to within 1 possession 5 minutes in before LMU went on a 28-3 run to break the game open. Jarrell Simmons hit a 3 at the end of the first half, and LMU went into the break leading 55-32. Out of halftime, the Bearcats went on an 11-3 run to bring the deficit back to within 15. The Rail Splitters would allow Lander to hang around 15 to 17 points down, but with 5 minutes to go, LMU put the nail in the coffin as a Simmons 3 put the lead back in the 20s, and the Rail Splitters went on to win 98-71. Jalen Steele led LMU in scoring with 22 points, while Curtis McMillian pulled in a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds. On Sunday, the men came back for a semifinal that had a SAC look to it. 4 South Atlantic Conference teams advanced and ruled the Southeast region for the first time in conference history. LMU matched up with 22nd-ranked Queens University. The Royals started the game on a 7-2 run and showed the home crowd they were not going to go away easy. LMU took the first lead on a Jalen Steele shot 6.5 minutes in, and the two teams would seesaw back and forth until a Steele three-pointer with 7 minutes left in the first. That shot started a 17-7 run that would send LMU into halftime up 43-31. The Royals started the second half on a quick 4-0 run to bring LMU's lead back to within single digits, but that would be the beginning of the end for Queens. The Rail Splitters went on a 22-9 run to start the rout. LMU rolled for the remaining 12 minutes and advanced to their first Sweet 16 with a 95-67 win. Jarrell Simmons led LMU with 25 points, while Luquan Choice finished with 22 points. LMU will hit the floor Tuesday evening against the 7th seed in the Southeast region, Lenore Ryan University. LR advanced after upsetting 2nd-seeded King and 3rd-seeded Wingate in the first 2 rounds. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. at the Tex Turner Arena. and tickets are only $5. If you can't show up, the LMU Sports Network will have coverage here on LMU Community TV and online at LMURailsplitters.com. The LMU baseball team was at home as well over the weekend when they hosted Wingate for a 3-game set. In Friday's game, the Rail Splitters took the early lead in the third before Wingate's Bradley Brown hit a 2-run home run to give the Bulldogs the lead. LMU took back the lead again in the fifth, scoring 3 runs, highlighted by a solo home run by Russell Clark, and LMU went on to win 7-4. Wingate's Brown finished the game with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. LMU's Brandon Jean picked up his 3rd win of the season, going 6 1/3 innings, allowing 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which were earned, and striking out 11. On Saturday, the 2 teams came back for a doubleheader. The Bulldogs struck first in the 1st inning, but it was LMU scoring 6 runs in the 2nd, highlighted by a 3-run Mason Ewers home run and a 2-run H.D. Dillard home run that blew the game open. Ewers hit another 3-run home run in the 3rd, and LMU went on to win 12-4. Ethan Elliott improved to 5-0 on the mound, going 6 innings, allowing 9 hits, 4 earned runs, while striking out 4. In Game 2, LMU's bats went quiet while Wingate found their offense. The Bulldogs scored 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, and 4 in the 3rd to win 11-0. Shane Billings and Andrew Llewellyn each had 1 home run, while Bill Krebs had 2 home runs in the game for Wingate. Matt Mullenbach took the loss officially, going no innings, but allowing 2 hits in 3 runs while walking 2 batters. Now at 15-6 overall, the Rail Splitters will host King University Tuesday afternoon at 2 p.m., weather permitting. The LMU lacrosse teams were at home this weekend as well when they hosted Catawba College for a conference doubleheader. The men got the day started, and it was Catawba who got the scoring started with a Cole Fanzo goal less than 3 minutes in. The Indians scored 4 unanswered before Dylan Neisler put LMU on the board. The Rail Splitters got the game back to within 2, but Catawba was too good on this day, and the Indians went on to win 12-3. Connor Kennedy scored 4 times for Catawba in the victory. The Lady Rail Splitters also started the game from behind as Catawba's Alyssa Corasi and Hannah Scott scored in the first 4 minutes to give the Indians the lead. LMU responded back with 2 goals by Jasmine Click to tie the game at 2. The 2 teams would again be tied at 5 with 5:20 left to go in the first half when Nicolette Salah scored to put Catawba in front for good. The Indians would lead at the break 9-5 and play even with LMU in the second half to win 19-13. Click, Casey Kelly, and Amara Moss each ended the game with 3 goals for LMU. The LMU softball team was on the road this past weekend when they traveled to Salem, Virginia for the West Virginia Wesleyan Tournament. The ladies' first game on Saturday was against Ohio Valley, and it didn't take long for Coach Lades Groot to prove their point scoring, scoring 4 runs in the first and 5 more in the 6th to run rule the Fighting Scots 11-0 in 6 innings. Brianna Taylor picked up her 6th win of the season, going 6 innings, allowing 2 hits while striking out 8. LMU will complete the weekend with a sweep after defeating Bowie State later on Saturday 14-0 in 5 innings, and then defeating Mercyhurst 2-1 and Concord 4-1 on Sunday. Stats for the final 3 games of the tournament were not available. The ladies now are on an 8-game winning streak with rest. They'll start with rest before starting their SAC play this weekend at Wingate. The Sprint Cup Series was in Phoenix, Arizona this past Sunday for the Good Sam 500. Kyle Busch started on the pole and would lead 75 laps before falling back at the end. On the final lap, Kevin Harvick was in the lead when Carl Edwards came from behind and battled with Harvick all the way to the finish line. But it was Harvick who picked up his 8th win at Phoenix by 1/1000th of a second. Hamlin finished 3rd, followed by Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Harvick now joins Jimmy Johnson, Hamlin, and Brad Keselowski as the drivers who have already punched a ticket for the chase. The Sprint Cup Series will stay out west this weekend when they'll move to the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. Now that's all for sports, but stay tuned after the break as Joseph Lewis will let us know if J.J. Abrams' newest blockbuster, 10 Cloverfield Lane, was good enough to knock Zootopia off the top spot this weekend when he brings you the box office report here on LMU Community TV News.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly,
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent.
We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
Hello, I'm Joseph Lewis, bringing you all the latest information in the world of movies. Tops at the box office this weekend were led once again by Zootopia, the latest release from Walt Disney Animation Studios, adding $50 million onto its now $142 million domestic gross. In addition to scoring the largest ever debut for The House of Mouse, the film has made an additional $288 million in foreign markets and has been greeted with widespread acclaim from critics and audiences alike, thanks to its exciting story, clever humor, and pointed social commentary. All signs point to Zootopia joining the ranks with Frozen and Big Hero 6 as one of Disney's biggest recent successes. Following at number 2 was newcomer 10 Cloverfield Lane, the surprise follow-up to J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves' found-footage monster movie, taking $25 million in its first weekend. This film seemed to drop out of nowhere, having been produced essentially in secrecy and remaining unannounced until the premiere of its trailer this past January. With director Dan Trachtenberg doing a lot with a low budget and a sterling trio of performers including John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and John Gallagher Jr. at its center, expect 10 Cloverfield Lane to have serious staying power in the coming weeks. And rounding out the top 3 was Deadpool, 2016's first of many upcoming superhero outings, adding another $10 million onto its now $328 million domestic gross. Ceaselessly irreverent and bolstered by an all-or-nothing performance from Ryan Reynolds as anti-hero Wade Wilson, the film has officially outgrossed nearly every film in Fox's X-Men universe domestically and worldwide, the lone exception being 2014's beloved Days of Future Past. Just barely missing the top 3 was the action sequel London Has Fallen, adding another $10 million onto its now $38 million domestic gross. The film is gaining traction at a slower rate than its predecessor, 2013's surprise hit Olympus Has Fallen, and still has a ways to go toward recouping its $60 million budget. The Tina Fey starring political comedy Whiskey Tango Foxtrot continued to do underwhelming business, pulling just under $5 million for the 3 days and leaving its total gross sitting at a low $14 million. The weekend's other new releases constituted a trifecta of financial flops, led by the romantic comedy The Perfect Match with $4.1 million, the faith-based drama The Young Messiah with $3.4 million, and the critically derided Sacha Baron Cohen starring spy comedy The Brothers Grimsby coming in dead last with $3.1 million. Other recent films, including Gods of Egypt, Risen, Eddie the Eagle, and 999 have quickly fallen off, and even more successful titles such as The Revenant and Kung Fu Panda 3 are beginning to disappear as well. The coming weekend will most likely be dominated by the latest entry into the Divergent franchise, Allegiant, though Zootopia and 10 Cloverfield Lane should also continue to draw audiences. That's all for today in the world of movies. I'm Joseph Lewis.
And that is going to do it for LMU Community TV News. For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I am Ashley Collingsworth. Have a great week, and we will see you back here on Thursday.